You've seen it before. The droopy eyes, the whimper that sounds like a tiny heartbreak, the way your dog clings to your leg like you're leaving for war instead of just grabbing groceries. Separation anxiety isn't just a fancy term for, "My dog misses me." It's full-on drama, complete with chewed-up shoes, neighborhood-disturbing howls, and a guilt trip so heavy you'd think you canceled Christmas. But here's the thing. Your pup isn't trying to ruin your life or your favorite couch. They're just lost without you. And honestly, that's kinda sweet, until it's totally not. So, how do you help your furry Houdini stop escaping their crate or howling like a banshee every time you step out? It's not about tough love or magic pills. It's about understanding their tiny, chaotic brain and teaching them that yes, you will come back, even if it feels to them like you've vanished into the abyss. Let's break it down minus the judgment, because we've all hidden in the bathroom just to eat a snack in peace. Let's be real, dogs are basically toddlers, with fur and way more enthusiasm for snack time. And just like a kid losing their mind when mom leaves the room, your dog can spiral into full-blown panic mode when you're gone. Separation anxiety isn't just missing you, it's a full emotional meltdown, complete with destruction, noise complaints, and a level of desperation that makes you wonder if they think you've been swallowed by a black hole. The thing is, dogs don't get the concept of burb. To them, you disappearing out the door might as well be the start of an unsolved mystery. Did you vanish forever? Did the vacuum cleaner finally win? Who knows? All they know is that their favorite human is gone, and the world suddenly feels like a very scary place. And because they can't exactly text you okay? They resort to the only coping mechanisms they have: barking, digging, or redecorating your house with their teeth. But here's the good news. Separation anxiety isn't a life sentence. With patience, and maybe a few strategically hidden treats, you can teach your dog that being alone isn't the end of the world. It's not about ignoring their distress or punishing them for being clingy. It's about helping them feel safe, even when you're not there to cuddle on demand. Think of it like teaching a kid to sleep in their own bed. At first, it's all tears and dramatic pleas. But eventually, they learn that the dark won't eat them, and mom isn't abandoning them forever just because she wants 5 minutes alone with her coffee. Your dog can learn the same thing. It just takes time, consistency, and a whole lot of reassurance that yes, you're definitely coming back. So, if your dog acts like your brief trip to the mailbox is a betrayal of the highest order, don't stress. You're not a bad pet parent, and your dog isn't broken. They just love you a little too much, if that's even possible. And with the right approach, you can help them chill out, so you can finally leave the house without feeling like you've committed a crime. Picture this. You've just walked out the door, keys jingling, when suddenly the howling starts. Not the cute, "Oh no, my human left" whimper. This is full-on opera singer meets fire alarm. Your neighbors are side-eyeing you, your dog is scratching the door like they're auditioning for a zombie movie, and you're standing there wondering if it's too late to fake your own death and start over elsewhere. Separation anxiety isn't just inconvenient, it's emotionally exhausting for both of you. The real kicker? Your dog isn't being dramatic on purpose. Their brain is wired to think, if my human is gone, danger must be near. So they panic. Maybe they chew the couch to shreds, pee where they shouldn't, or bark non-stop like a furry car alarm. It's not rebellion. It's pure, unfiltered stress. And punishing them for it? That's like yelling at a toddler for crying when they're scared. It doesn't fix the problem. It just makes everything worse. What makes this even trickier is that dogs are masters of picking up on your vibes. If you're tense or guilty when leaving, they'll mirror that energy. So all those long goodbyes and "I'll miss you" baby talks, yeah, that's basically fueling their anxiety fire. Your dog doesn't need a heartfelt farewell. They need to learn that comings and goings are no big deal. But how do you even start fixing this when just grabbing your keys sends them into a tailspin? The worst part? The quick fixes often backfire. Creating a dog with severe anxiety might turn the crate into a panic room. Ignoring the barking until they get over it can make them feel even more abandoned. And let's not even talk about the "just get another dog" advice. Because no, adding a second anxious creature to the mix is not a solution, unless you want double the chaos. So here's the challenge. You need to help your dog unlearn their fear of being alone without making them feel worse in the process. It's a slow, messy journey. But hey, nobody said love was easy. And trust me, the moment you come home to a calm dog instead of a tornado of guilt, worth every second of effort. So how do you convince your dog that alone time isn't a tragedy? It starts with baby steps, like teaching a kid to ride a bike without training wheels. You wouldn't shove them down a hill on day one and hope for the best. Same with your pup. Start by leaving for just seconds at a time. Walk out the door, shut it, then immediately come back in before they can even muster a whine. Boring? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. You're teaching them that departures aren't permanent and returns are guaranteed. Next, ditch the dramatic exits and hellos. I know, it's heartbreaking to ignore those wagging tails when you walk in, but hear me out. If you turn arrivals into a low-key event, your dog learns that reunions aren't a big deal, which means goodbyes don't have to be either. Save. The belly rubs for when they're calm. Think of it like ignoring a toddler's tantrum, hard but necessary. The goal? Normalize coming and going until your dog barely glances up from their nap when you leave. Now, let's talk about distractions. A bored dog is an anxious dog, so give them something better to do than obsess over your absence. Puzzle toys stuffed with treats, a frozen Kong smeared with peanut butter, or even a cozy blanket that smells like you can work wonders. It's like handing a kid an iPad during a long car ride. Suddenly, they're too busy to complain. Bonus points if you rotate toys to keep things exciting. Out of sight, out of mind, or at least mostly out of mind. Routine is your secret. Weapon 2. Dogs thrive on predictability. If you always leave after breakfast and come home before dinner, their internal clock learns to relax because they know what's coming. Random, sporadic absences, those feel like betrayal. So even on weekends, stick to a loose schedule. And if you must leave for longer than usual, wear them out first. A tired dog is a calm dog. A 30-minute walk or a game of fetch can turn potential. Panic into a nap marathon. Finally, patience is non-negotiable. Progress isn't linear. Some days your dog will act like they've mastered Zen Buddhism. Other days, they'll rediscover their passion for shredding toilet paper. That's normal. Celebrate the small wins, like 5 minutes alone without a meltdown. And remember, you're not just training a dog, you're rebuilding their sense of security. And that takes time, and probably a few sacrificed shoes along the way. Here's the turning point no one tells you about. One day, you'll leave the house and realize, wait, was that silence? No barking, no scratching, no symphony of despair. You'll peek through the window like a weirdo just to check if your dog's even alive, only to find them snoozing on the couch or casually licking their paw like they haven't spent months, acting like your departures were apocalyptic events. That moment, pure magic. It's the doggy equivalent of a toddler finally sleeping through the night, and you'll want to throw a party, but don't let them keep napping. But here's the kicker. That breakthrough didn't happen by accident. It happened because you stopped treating departures like a big deal. You practiced those boring 5-second exits until your dog stopped caring. You resisted the urge to cuddle them like a hostage victim returning home. You turned alone time into snack time. In other words, you taught them that being solo isn't scary. It's just meh. And for a dog with separation anxiety, meh is a massive upgrade from the sky is falling. Of course, setbacks will happen. Maybe construction starts outside your apartment, or a thunderstorm rolls in, and suddenly your dog's anxiety comes roaring back. That's okay. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about teaching your pup that even when life gets loud or scary, you'll always come back. So if they backslide, just return to those baby steps. More short absences, more distraction tricks, more patience. You're not starting over. You're just reminding them they're safe. And let's be honest, that first time you come home to a calm dog, you'll feel like you've unlocked some ancient parenting wisdom. You'll want to shout from the rooftops, "My dog finally gets it!" But here's the real victory. Your dog isn't just behaving. They've learned to trust. Trust that you'll return. Trust that their world won't collapse without you. And that's way bigger than just saving your shoes from destruction. So when that key moment hits, when you realize your clingy shadow has become a chill, independent creature, savor it. Then go eat a snack in peace, guilt-free, because you've both earned it. So here's the good news. Separation anxiety doesn't have to be a lifelong drama. With consistency, patience, and a whole lot of peanut butter stuffed toys, you can help your dog go from "OMG, you left me forever" to see you later. It's not about quick fixes. It's about building trust, routine, and the quiet confidence that yes, you're always coming back. Now it's your turn. Start small today. Grab your keys and just sit on the couch. Walk out the door for 10 seconds. Reward the calm. Skip the dramatic goodbyes. And when setbacks happen, because they will, don't sweat it. Progress over perfection. Remember, your dog isn't broken. They just love you a little too hard. And with these steps, you'll both breathe easier. So go on, try it. Your couch and your sanity will thank you.